Bring this board meeting to order on Tuesday, October 11th, 2016 at 6:40. Can we please have stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Achuleta?
Here.
Mrs. Quintana? Here. Mr. Rolla?
Here.
Mr. Thomas?
Here. Moving on to the approval of the minutes. I need a motion for the approval of September 27th, 2016 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana? Aye. Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Need a motion for the approval of the October 4th, 2016 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Okay, move to the approval of the agenda. It's my understanding there's an amendment.
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda to add place in general counsel on paid administrative leave under 3.2.
So moved.
3.2 personnel.
Yes, personnel, sorry.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Okay, we need a motion for the approval of the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a roll call? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to recognition and celebrations. Superintendent.
Yes, we do have representatives here from Lester Arnold High School. I'm going to ask the principal to come up and share some information. They've got two great programs. One, I believe, is with your first graders, and then the other one is the excellent job that your team did during that lockout, the crisis team. So,
Yes, sir. We're good evening, esteemed council and board. Thank you, Dr. Abrego. I would like to ask him to join me, though. Can I get my colleague Pat from DuPont up here? And my three teachers, they're right on Omar, please. Would you guys come up here, Judy? Danielle? Danielle Gonzalez is an amazing student who took the lead teacher role on this one, and this is our second year. So I'll read what we have. Pat has been great for allowing us to interact with the DuPont kids, and of course my three teachers that kind of got voluntold they were going to do this. So how we go, and it turned out. So on September 9, 105 DuPont Elementary first graders visited Lester Arnold High School for the entire day. We broke them up into three groups. A third started at the library. A third worked on team building activities led by our high school students at LAHS. And the last group worked on fire safety with the fire department. We rotated the groups throughout the day, providing a great experience for all the students from DuPont and Lester. My high schoolers are still talking about teaching the DuPont children. It turns out that if you truly want to learn something, teach it. This is our second year hosting DuPont with our Touch the Future Teach program. We're hoping to expand to a few more schools for the Science at the Arsenal, also to be taught by Lester Arnold High School students. I was asked, how does this relate. These are wonderful things. The kids get out, they build up their confidence. They're working with little kids. We did a lesson in Spanish and English and found out that these words that were so important are the same in both languages: cooperation, communication, compasión, and also concentración, and that they were so important that we had to teach our young kids to do this. So when I say that this is not just for that, understand that Common Core state standards say that we are to teach 3 types of writing: opinion, information, and narrative. When the kids do the research, that becomes the information piece, and they're going to use that when they teach the kids. When they are teaching the children, it turns out to a narrative. They need to plan out what they're going to say and have that out there. And then at the end, we do the opinion. What was the whole thing about? And Danielle will tell you from the beginning when they were scared because these little first graders are going to eat them up to Mr. Santos. These kids were awesome. Do you know one was just like, and that continues today. So I'd really like to, one, please put your hands together for these amazing teachers who followed the lead. A super principal who allowed us access to 105 of her children, first graders, and 3 of their teachers. And then a special hand for Danny, our lead student teacher, to put together the whole program with me in the office. Thank you, Danny. We really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Now I'm going to switch gears and go to the other one, so I can get the other ones in. Thank you. We'll get you your stuff down.
Can you hold on, Santos?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and have a picture with this group.
Yeah, let's do that, guys.
That way they can be recognized. And if you have your spouses, boyfriends, they can come up also.
And Danny, it happens for all of us that have been teaching too. She says, Mr. Sanders, when the kids got there, I got to talking really fast, and then I come moving. And so that happens to even us experienced folks.
If everybody could slide down this one just a bit, and then Mr. Thomas, if you stay there, and everybody get nice and close, please.
Cameron's also starting a new class with us and was there taking photos on a movie of our kids working. We're hoping to have that done at the end of the year to show you what a dynamic teacher Danielle is.
Good. Looking right here at me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you. Once again, thank you for your hard work.
Guys, I'm going to save these for the 20th, but I like this one. Here you go, Pat. Our second piece today, and I'd like to have these gentlemen come join me, please. Mr. Diagrero, Mr. Legge, Mr. Grant. And I know I've said it in this room 100 times, but these are some of the best educators in the whole world. Yes, sir.
Well, are these teachers or are they your football team?
Bodyguards right now. And you can tell they are an imposing force, but they're all a bunch of cupcakes. You wouldn't believe it. The kids will tell you they're hard on the outside and they're just softies. But here we go. The drills and rehearsals we've conducted in the name of safety paid off handsomely recently at Lester Arnold High School. You'll recall the Commerce City Police Department advised that the school be put into precautionary lockout because it was reported that there was a thread on Facebook about a potential situation set to take place at the Anythink Library across the street. School Resource Officer Kanuga contacted immediately with Jared DiAguero, Student Success Manager, and Justin Grant, Campus Monitor, who implemented the lockdown procedures. This was especially important as the school principal was out on school business at the time. Everyone stepped up to the plate, taking on responsibilities to usher students where they'd be most safe. Teachers like Todd Leahy and Wanda Martinez de Lorenzo were invaluable in their own leadership, lending to student needs. The district also played a critical role coordinating information and managing roles between the City of Commerce, the Police Department, and our own operation teams and communications department. All Lester Arnold High School parents were informed of an auto dialer message, Facebook, and website alerts, and all district staff were told of the situation to avoid rumors and misinformation. There was intentional message synchronization with the city, as both the district and city were fielding media calls. The partnerships among the school and its staff, the police department, the City of Commerce City, the district staff illustrate how important every member of our team are. We're proud of how well our group performed and that they are reliable, professional, and committed to the safety of all students and staff in Adams 14. Gentlemen, thank you. It's good to know when I'm not there, they are. Thank you. And I'm not crying. It's hot in here. My eyes are sweating. They are the best, and you can tell I like to take them all home and have them watch over my grandchildren every day. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's take a picture.
So cute.
It's hard to watch. Around. This is one of the few times I'm not the shortest guy here. Great job.
Thanks.
Great job.
Thanks.
I want to have that shirt that says security.
Yeah.
Look where you're from. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Any of your spouses or girlfriends or anything?
That's not about me, but I was crying. I think a lot. I'm going to be playing golf with them for a while. I only cry when I cry.
It's a commercial on TV, right? With that big guy's crying. He says, I'm not crying.
Is that it?
Yes, that's all we have for today.
Okay. Moving on to audience comments. And I want to share some brief highlights from the board policy BEDH regarding public participation at board meetings. All citizens who will be speaking this evening have already viewed the full version of policy BEDH. Anyone in the audience who would like a copy of the full policy can request one from Monica. Please remember, state your name. You have 3 minutes to speak. No ceding of time between speakers will be permitted. All comments need to be district related. Your comments can be suggestions, improvements, but should be productive. You can provide written statements to the board for review. The president can recognize a board member or the superintendent to respond to questions to clarify a district's position.
Hannah.
First, Hannah Mullen.
Hi, good evening. I'm Hannah Mullen, and do I need to give the address? Okay. I'm with Congressman Perlmutter's office. So I'm here tonight just to kind of say hello. The board looks a little different than the last time I was here, so I just wanted to come and reintroduce myself. I work for Congressman Perlmutter, and I handle education issues in our district office. So we spend a lot of time in schools, visiting with students, visiting with board members, things of that nature. So I like to stop by at board meetings from time to time just to give a few updates. So this fall we've been really busy. We're going through our Academy nominations process right now. Our interview day is happening on October 29th. We have 3 students from Commerce City this year who are going to be interviewing for a nomination. So for those of you who don't know, you have to have a nomination to go to the Air Force Academy or West Point, the Naval Academy, and the Merchant Marine Academy. So we have 3 students this year from Commerce City. There's 31 total that'll be interviewing. So pretty exciting stuff. We're also holding a STEM app challenge competition on November 18th, and it's where students can create an app and then they can come and compete at our competition. We have 2 schools right now that are participating, but always looking for more. And then the final thing is we have a youth advisory council that meets about 7 times a year, and it's high school students that come and they chat with my boss about, topics and things that are of interest to them. We do have 1 student from Commerce City, but we're always looking for more. So just want to make you all aware of that information. And then again, I just want to reiterate that I haven't had a chance to meet with all of you individually, but I just look forward to working with you all and, engaging with you on education topics in Adams 14 and also in Commerce City. So that's all I got. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Moving on, Renee Lovato.
Hey everyone. I came this month. Governor Hickenlooper.
Renee, you have to give your
Oh,
address.
I'm Renee Lovato. Sorry, and no address, right? Governor Hickenlooper has declared this month the Family and School Partnership and Education Month. So I thought I would bring by some information that's on the CDE website, just because I think it's such a hot topic right now to get the community more involved. And I know it's hard. I know it's like pulling teeth, because I worked with the football team, even just to get parent volunteers to bring sandwiches after the games. I literally would be in the crowd and asking people to sign up. So I don't know if there's a way to start some sort of grassroots effort. I'm excited to hear about how the forum went with the superintendent, and just to, I don't know if you want me to leave this with Monica, but just, it's all available on the website, but it has a lot of stuff, that way you're not reinventing the wheel.
Do you have one for each board member?
I don't,
Okay.
but I
Monica can
did
make
print
us
out where it has the website where they're all printable.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Renee. Moving on to superintendent's report.
Yes, in this portion, we have 3 people that will be saying a little something. I think we have Mr. Jesse, you're going to be giving us some information on the superintendent forum. I will do a little bit on innovation, and I think we've asked for Ms. Hernandez to give us a little update on technology. So I will start, Jesse, and then if you could follow. For the board, I wanted to give you some information on the innovation plan. And give me 1 second. Basically, what the good news is that we received a large sum of money, $80,000 from the Colorado Department of Education on a grant. And their job is to help the school district support them as far as writing their innovation plan. So we'll be writing our innovation plan this year. The money they gave us was to use it to plan our innovation. And what we have decided to do is we decided to contract with this company called Point B, and their job is not to do the work for us on our innovation plan, but just to guide us. The people here, our leadership team, will be writing the plan. They are going to help us as far as making sure we're on task, that everyone is doing their responsibilities, that would meet all our timelines, so that we can have a good plan to present to the board in February, then also have a plan to take to the state board that will be approved. They've worked with other districts and they've been very successful, and that's why we chose them. So again, this is very important, that a step for us to take, and again, we are very thankful that they are giving us funds to help us with the innovation plan.
Okay, when you talk about innovation, are you talking district or school?
The plan right now specifically is for the district and the high school, because they're the ones that are on the clock. So basically the plan, they support each other. It's the plan for the district and the school, the high school. Any other questions from the governing board?
So they come in, how do they do this?
It's a contract. It's they give us a lot of hours. They come in, they meet with our instructional team. We all work together. They make sure that
Like PD training?
it's more than PD, because they're like, I hate to say it, they're the whip. They make sure that everything is being done. If we say we're going to do something, accountability, making sure that all the timelines are being met. Because again, we have so many people in our district that are multitasking, but when it comes to this, everyone has a specific responsibility, and that team comes in to make sure that everyone is on task, doing their part, so that when the time comes in February, we will have a good plan to present to the board.
It was my understanding that they were working on it this year, this summer, on a plan. What happened to that plan? Do we just throw it out the window now, or?
No. That plan is a very good plan, and again, that was a plan that the high school was working on. But the only thing that we saw is that we need to communicate with the high school, because as the high school goes, so does the district. If the high school is not doing well, that's the same report card that the district is getting. So all we did is we took the information from the high school, all the good things that were in their plan, and we're combining that with the district plan to have one ultimate plan to help the high school and the district.
Any other questions?
So I have a question. You know, we've been asking along with everybody that the community members and the parents and everything are involved. That's happened?
That is correct. Part of our plan, and you saw a superintendent's forum, we had one of the questions on the forum, and we kept all this information, is we asked the parents, how do you envision your children when they're graduating? What do you want of them? So we got information like, we want our children to partake in the biliteracy program, because if a student cannot speak English, they don't want them to fall behind. We even had some parents that said, well, our kids don't speak Spanish, so they even wanted their children to learn another language. And their goal was, when students graduate, that they would be either bilingual or multilingual, because that's what it takes to survive in the world. And of course, they said that they wanted their children to have the updated technology and be familiar with that, so when they move into the world of work or higher ed, that they will be competent. So all this information and the meetings we're having are taken, we're getting their input and putting it in our innovation plan to make sure that we have representation from all the stakeholders.
Any other? Okay.
And at this time, I guess, Jesse, if you want to come up, you can update them a little bit on what took place at our superintendent's forum.
Hello, good evening. Jesse Martinez, Manager of Family and Community Engagement here in Adams 14. Just wanted to give you a quick synopsis of what happened on September 29th for our Superintendent Parent Forum. Next slide. The topic was working together for student success. We had about 72 parents come for our morning and evening session, collectively total, and we had about 40 staff, so principals even came, and family liaisons and other school staff, or parents or staff who had children in the district as well. So we had a total of 112 folks that came to our first Superintendent Parent Forum. So like I said, the topic was around working together for student success. The activity around the forum was really around what kind of education do you want your child to receive here in Adams 14. So parents were able to actually engage, you could see in the photos here, with ideas on what kind of education they wanted for their child. And we collected all those and put it into a report. So it's a part of your packets as well. So I think it's right there on the, this will give you a report out on the forum, how many schools attended, what kind of parent representation, the evaluation from the forum, and also the feedback from parents on what ideas they had for what kind of education they wanted for their child. Additionally, the forums are really are driven by parent-selected topics. So parents were able to actually vote on the topics that they wanted to learn more about. And that's the next slide here. So, let me just go back. What did parents say about our first forum? So, click through. So, they appreciate the future topics are selected by parents. The district should explain more. Many parents are new to the school district, so that's what they wanted to know there. The more parents that are aware, the better our community and district will be. I would like to know more information to understand the school district. This is the first time I've come to a meeting like this and left with good information. And then thank you for taking the time to inform us about how we as parents, teachers, and community can help to prepare and teach our students to be successful in life. So those were some of the comments. So like I said, parents were able to select the topics that they wanted to cover for the next superintendent parent forums. We're having a total of 6 this year, so that was our 5th. So we'll be starting next week is our second superintendent parent forum, October 20th. But these are the topics that our parents selected or wanted to learn more about. So meeting student needs through personalized and differentiated learning, building school budgets and prioritizing needs, rigor and readiness, looking at raising the bar for student success through academic standards and assessments. The best of the best. So how are we recruiting and growing our team? And the ABCs of teaching culturally and linguistically diverse learners. So that was the topics there. A reporter at a Chalk Beat. Chalk Beat is an educational news organization here in Colorado. They're in different states, but they covered the forum, and there's some excerpts from Dr. Abrego's interview with Chalk Beat regarding the forum as well, and how we're building trust and getting our parents involved, and that they're being a voice in our schools. So I would like to invite the community and our board members as well to the next Superintendent Parent Forum. The topic is Defining Family and Community Engagement in Adams 14. It is next Thursday, October 20th. Parents can register online, and basically we'll be taking this information and working with it with the subcommittee at the DAC to really look at a parent satisfaction and climate survey that we can begin to survey our schools around family engagement. Any questions?
Do you have a time?
Yes, the time is, we offer 2 sessions. The AM session is 9:30 to 11:30, and then the PM session is from 6:15 to 8:15.
And are we running that on Channel 8?
I believe so.
Okay.
What other communication to the community members will you do? Let them know that you're having.
So we've had a really good turnout with our family liaisons doing outreach to our families. They brought a good amount of parents. Monica, as you could see, brought 12 parents. I think, we've had communication with the principals and asking for representation at the forums, but this is open to the entire community. And we've been kind of even working with community rec centers to put flyers up, and some of our community partners as well.
Any other questions?
Oh, and we did auto dial as well. Sorry.
Thank you, Jess.
Yes. And everyone can go to the Parent Forum website, and there's more information there. Thank you.
I don't have a question for you, Jesse, but I would like to comment on, I attended the evening session of the first forum, and I thought it was very well put together. I thought you did a good job at interacting with the parents and kind of guiding them as to where you wanted them to start leaning toward and stuff, and I commend you on doing a good job. You brought all the parents, and they were not afraid to talk to you, so
Yeah, right? Yeah.
that was a good thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And then we have one more. I think the board asked me to give an update on technology, and Ms. Hernandez is here.
Good evening, President Rolla, distinguished members of the board, Superintendent Albrego, and ladies and gentlemen of the audience. At the board's request this evening, I'm providing a technology update. If you'll recall, In mid-year 2015-16, the governor of Colorado allocated $574,826 to this district as part of the mid-year allocation. The Board of Education requested an update from Technology Services at that time as to what our technical infrastructure and hardware device struggles were, and some of that was based on principal feedback as well about what their buildings needed from a technological perspective. From that summary, the Board of Education, along with the Technology Services Department, agreed upon 5 areas of focus that we would use for those funds. So for this evening, I'll be sharing a summary of the project completion and the 2 remaining pieces that we are waiting to finish up. If you'll remember, wireless was one of the main components that we agreed to work on. We wanted to have greater Wi-Fi access across all of our school buildings, as well as in hard-to-reach places like gymnasiums and auditoriums. 7,600 feet of cable was added to the district. 600 additional access points were installed, and this project was fully completed on July 22nd, 2016.
Come on, teacher.
The second area that we were asked to focus on was our bandwidth ability. So now that everyone has access, do we have enough room in the internet pipe for everyone to do everything that they wanted to do? Because we are federally funded through E-rate for part of our allowance and how we pay for internet in our district, we had to go back through E-rate, which is a federal department, in order to get permission to amend our contract. So at the completion of the RFP for determining who would service the district for internet, finally, last week, I believe it was, actually 14 days ago, the federal government, through E-rate, approved our contract, and we are anticipating the transition date for when we cut over from the old bandwidth of 500 megs to 1 gigabyte soon. We just need to have staff available, and we need to make sure that we're in a space where, should the cutover not go smoothly and service is interrupted, that we don't have students testing, teachers putting in grades into their grade book, because once internet service is impacted, the entire district is impacted. So that's our holdup on that piece, and then that will also be included, and then we should be moving rapidly with internet. And we are moving very quickly right now. Very seldom do we actually tap out our 500 megs that we have, but it'll be lightning fast when we do the cutover. The next project was Google Apps for Educators, and our goal here was to provide Adams 14 educators and students to the Google platform, allowing them to utilize blended learning opportunities in the classroom with greater technology access, more virtual learning for students and for parents and teachers. This implementation has been completed. We have teachers who are logging in at their own pace as they become comfortable with the technology. We have students interacting with the technology as well, and you may recall the presentation that I did months ago on Gaggle, which is the service that we utilize that protects our students sometimes from themselves, is at full swing as well. And we've had several alerts with different things that students are utilizing and commenting on in their emails and storing in their drive. So we've had a few alerts where we've had to do some investigating to keep our children safe sometimes. In addition, what we didn't know is that the new benchmark curricula resource was going to rely heavily on the ability to use Google Apps for Educators. So we had planned a nice slow rollout going school to school, but the purchase of benchmark, unbeknownst to us in technology, required us to move quickly to get every teacher at K-5 going on their Google accounts. So that has been an experience. But most of them are up and running at the K-5 level. We're bringing on our middle and high as those teachers are ready to go. So about mid-year, we'll start pushing them a little bit more to utilize the services that we have implemented here in Adams 14. If you'll recall, the Hyper-V replacement, this is the district system for hosting our server infrastructure, so all of the not cool things that happen behind the walls. Our current infrastructure is outdated, and we are living by a warranty at this time. So that warranty allows us, if the worst were to happen, we would have parts here in the next day or so to keep the district up and going. But what we needed to do was greater research, because this is essentially a 5-year purchase. So we delayed purchasing in order to do better and more responsible research on selecting an environment to replace our current environment. And we utilized those funds, and you gave us your permission to do this, to purchase a greater number of hardware devices for teachers and for students across the district. So I'll talk a little bit more about this here in just a minute. But what we ended up with utilizing those funds in the last budget cycle was to purchase 800, actually more than 800 Chromebooks, and they were all deployed into schools over the summer, as well as we've purchased additional 800 laptops that have been received and imaged. So most of those laptops, other than the new teacher deployment, are still here in the building. We simply don't have the staff capacity with the start of the school year and being down 2 FTE for most of this time to be able to deploy those laptops out to teachers who have older devices and are waiting for a refresh. And the part in bold that I want to highlight and thank the board for explicitly is the 2 student workers that your program allowed us to have. Those 2 students were lifesavers this summer. We could not have done what we were able to do with new teachers and deploying over 800 machines into schools during the summer, which is our busiest time, without the help of those 2 students. I would like to say their names, but for FERPA reasons, I won't. But just know that the program that you put up made a difference in technology services and supported our schools. So when you're ready to bring those 2 back, we would take them with open arms, honestly. So we will be deploying the rest of the staff machines as soon as we have the capacity to do so. And that concludes the information for my update, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez, for all this. I know it's been almost a year, so I appreciate it. My question is, you mentioned the 2 students that helped. How many students do we need to help get the rest of the computers out to the teachers?
So we can only really manage 2 because I'm down 2 FTE right now. We're trying to get some technicians hired. We're almost there. So we'll be bringing them up to speed on district operations and functions. And so I have limited staff to train new staff and oversee students, which requires we have to be responsible to ensure the students stay safe and, with all of the machines and the confidentiality that we deal with in my department. But those 2, if they are still with us, we would love to have them back, or if those 2 are no longer with us, we would be pleased to have 2 additional apply if the opportunity and the funds are available.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Thank you, Teresa.
Thanks.
Numerous policy items were discussed during the business portion of the meeting. The public can always see meeting agendas and meeting minutes by navigating to adams14.org. Click on About Us and select Board of Education.
Moving on to routine items, consent items, personnel. Need a motion? Which at 2 point.
We have a grant up under personnel. Under
Have it on here.
Right here, 2.1.
Under consent.
2.0.
Yeah, but I thought we were doing coaches and first, aren't we? We're doing 1.1? I mean,
Well, that's under personnel, that one.
all right.
That's why.
Moving on to 2.0 grant, superintendent's recommendation. I need approval to apply for Kaiser Permanente, Colorado, a thriving school innovation to advance social, emotional wellness and behavioral health in school district grants.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Archuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to business resolution, Timmy.
Resolution number 16-014, Board of Education, Adams County, District 14. Proclamation of October 2016 as Family and Community Engagement Month. Whereas, education is the gateway to a brighter future for our children and our community. Adams 14 School District recognizes the importance of family and community engagement in the pursuit of excellence, and whereas studies show that when parents, families, and school collaborative effectively, students achieve higher levels of academic performance, demonstrate better attendance and homework completion, and are less likely to drop out of school. And whereas students from all cultural backgrounds tend to perform better academically when their parents, families, and the professionals at their schools bridge the gap between the culture at home and the classroom. And whereas students benefit from active involvement of well-informed and engaged parents and families in their life and education, and whereas through active, ongoing engagement with their children, parents and guardians have the power to ensure their children succeed in achieving their academic goals. And whereas Family and Community Engagement Month provides an opportunity to raise awareness of the importance of parent engagement in a child's education from pre-K to 12th grade and beyond. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Adams 14 Board of Education proclaim October 2016 as Family and Community Engagement Month in Adams 14 School District, and October 20 as Family and Community Engagement Day. And we hereby encourage parents to be actively involved in the education of their children and academic partners for student success. Adopted and approved this 11th day of October 2016.
Okay, I need a motion for the approval.
So moved.
Resolution. I gotta finish reading it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Need a motion for the approval of resolution number 16-014, proclamation October 2016 as Family and Community Engagement Month.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 2.0, other. 2.1, Superintendent's recommendation, approval to accept replacement of Kearney Middle School roof.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Yeah, I do. When's the date that they're gonna start replacing the roof? Or will it interfere with our learning of our students?
No, they're going to start on the north end of the building first. And so that's the PE area and cafeteria. So they'll do that up through December. And then over the classrooms, they'll start that next summer. So it'll be over 2 phases, part of it this fall. And then the second half will be done starting probably the end of 1st of June into May.
Okay. Any other? Okay, thank you, sir.
I got a question.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading the contract, it said 30-year labor and material.
Yep.
What if the business go out, or what if they sold? Do we just lose our contract, or our warranty, or anything?
Yeah, there's a contract, and what that is there a no-limit warranty? So that no-limit warranty means that for 30 years, there will be no labor or material charged back to the district, that it's warranted for 30 years, meaning no limit.
So if they sold before the 30 years is up, do we lose our warranty? Is that in the contract or anything?
I apologize, say that again?
If the business, our warranty is 30 years, but if that business is sold within that, before the 30 years is up, do we lose our warranty?
No, it'll be through the manufacturer.
Okay.
So if the contractor is not here no longer, it would be another contractor that would validate that warranty through the supplier.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 2.2, Superintendent's recommendation, approval to contract with Point B Management Consultants.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 2.3, Superintendent's recommendation, approval of a temporary part-time employee for communications and community engagement involving data entry.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 2.4, Superintendent's recommendation approval for out-of-state travel to Orlando, Florida for the National Gifted and Talented Conference.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
I need a motion for the approval, or 2.5, Superintendent's recommendation. I need approval for out-of-state travel to Washington, D.C. for the National Parent Teachers Home Visit Project Conference.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to 2.6, Superintendent's recommendation. I need an approval for out of or of in-state overnight travel to Colorado Springs, Colorado by Kearney Middle School Counseling Department.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can I have roll call, Monica?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 3.0, Personnel Board Recommendation, Ratification of Settlement Agreement with former Deputy Superintendent.
We need 2.7 and 2.0.
We don't have a 2.7.
On the agenda?
Just a 2.6.
Are we missing something?
She said they're 2.7. 2.7.
I don't have one.
I don't
I
know.
don't have it.
Do you have it?
Mm-mm.
I don't.
In my packet?
I don't have it either.
What is it?
Is it on there? Okay, let me read it from there then. Do you have any more? Okay, everybody, my page.
Volunteer? Paid volunteer coaches? That's the one we're on.
Okay, you ready, Jimmy?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, ready, Monica? Okay. I need a motion, Superintendent's recommendation, 2.8. I need a motion for the approval of Adams City High School to attend 4 nights, 5-day field trip to Washington, D.C. to enhance the 8th grade Colorado history curriculum, further explore the branches of government, and visit college campuses in the area.
So moved.
Second.
And I just read the wrong one. We'll go 2.8, we'll say that, okay? All right, so I was reading 2.8. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica, for 2.8?
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 2.7 now. Superintendent's recommendation. I need a motion for the approval of in-state overnight travel to Vail, Colorado by Student Services for the Colorado Society of School Psychologists Conference.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Okay, moving on to personnel, 3.0. 3.1, board recommendation. I need a motion for the ratification of settlement agreement with former deputy superintendent.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we have roll call, Monica?
Aye.
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 Moving on to personnel, 3.2. Why don't you go ahead and read that one, Tim, since you have it written.
Place general counsel on paid administrative leave.
Okay. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Okay. Yeah, roll call, Monica.
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to 4.0 policy. Superintendent's recommendation, policy GDI-R, new, discussion, first reading, paid and volunteer athletic coaches assignment.
So moved.
Have a second? Mine is on 27. Is there no second? It's all right, Monica, there's no second, so. Yeah. Where at? What's this for? On who? No, I'm not signing. Give it to somebody else.
Down here.
Yeah.
Down here.
You ready? Are you ready, Monica?
I am.
Okay, once again, moving on to policy, paid and volunteer athletic coaches assignments. Is there a motion? Was there a second? Okay, it's withdrawn due to lack of a second. 4.2, Superintendent's Recommendation Policy IJOAI-E6- revised. First reading, drivers of private vehicles. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Yes, second.
Is there discussion? Hearing none. Yeah, roll call, Monica.
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
Moving on to communications. Just like to say that I hope we continue to do our work and our kids continue to learn. And is there any other communication from anybody else?
Yes, we do have a communication. Pursuant to board policy in Colorado Revised Statute, I have the following student expulsion to read into the record. Student number 1080607. And that's all the information I have.
Do you have any other communication?
No, just the superintendent forum's coming up. You've got information on it, and everyone's welcome.
Anybody else with communication?
Yes, I went to the high school puff football with the young ladies. Oh, they was awesome. That was magnificent. They did an outstanding job. The parade was very successful. The game was good. We'll get them next year, and that's it.
Just like I said, I was there with Mr. Thomas and I was standing there watching the girls play. We just can't believe there was over 100 girls participating in that ball game. And I just wish all those girls would, again, get involved in the sports that we have to offer in this, because it was, I guess, some of our programs, some of our girls, we didn't have enough teams to compete like we always have. So hopefully our coaches can get these young ladies, because there were some good athletes. I hate to try to catch some of them because they are pretty quick. I guess there's no need for an executive session. I guess I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Need roll call, Monica.
Mr. Achuleta?
Aye.
Mrs. Quintana?
Aye.
Mr. Rolla?
Aye.
Mr. Thomas?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
These are just some of the highlights of the Board of Education meeting. The board meets at 6:30 p.m. on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, and we hope to see you at a future meeting.